Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another brand new video. Today we are live streaming and seeing what's happening in the world as it relates to the fires that are plaguing our world. So recently Canada has been under fire, now Europe, and first we would like to start off with seeing what Sadhguru has to say about the current fires that are happening. So let's watch.
Right now, the life on this planet has turned against the planet. Not the other lives, only us as human beings. Not because we don't know what to do, because we are not conscious enough, responsible enough. We are eating up our own source of our very existence, we are eating it up in such a way that future generations will have a hard time to exist. So this change needs to happen in the next 15 to 25 years. Otherwise, it will happen with great suffering. It will happen, I'm sure about that. It's just that if you want it to happen without enormous suffering for humanity and for all other life, it's time to do it. See, everybody's talking… Today you see in Europe, America, it's happening. It'll come everywhere. We're talking about something as simple as forest fire. Oh, forest is burning, go and put it off, do this, do that, make airplanes like water tanks and drop it, do this, do that. We are thinking, oh, our homes may get burnt. But what you need to understand is, we are wiping out trillions of lives, just like that, without whom we cannot exist. We're just burning them up. If 1,000 hectares of forest got burnt, maybe trillions and trillions of organisms are dead, who are the basis of our life. We are not the basis of their life, they are the basis of our life. But unfortunately, this is happening, it's just not the forest fire. We say war, we say development, whatever we say, everything that we are talking about and doing is largely a disastrous process. This can only be corrected if human beings become more conscious and more responsible existence on this planet. This is the only way forward. We need to make this happen. Let's make it happen, and every one of you, wherever you are, in whichever way you can, in every possible way you can, strive to make this happen. We will be organizing various processes towards this.
So that was Sadhguru talking about the forest fires that are currently happening, and why they're happening is because human beings are not responsible for their life and their environment and so on and so forth. And responsibility to me means, well, just the basic thing of creating plastic, driving our cars, how much we're consuming, how many commodities we're using up, and I'm sure this has something to do with climate change. Whether you believe in climate change, you think it's happening, or you don't think it's happening, these forest fires are burning obviously for a reason. Some people think that people are burning the forest fires, and in fact we're gonna look at the forest fires that were happening in Ontario first. So I was here, I mean I live in Ontario, and when the forest fires were happening, one day it was like the apocalypse, seeing the apocalypse right in the middle of the day. There was so much smoke outside, even though the fire wasn't anywhere close to me. The smoke carried all the way to where I live in Southern Ontario. These are the amount of fires that were happening. That is just insane. And we're gonna get to why this is happening in a moment. So let's actually listen to what they're saying.
As of the latest evening updates, 80 of them are completely out of control. 15 communities have been evacuated. Toronto recorded some of the worst air quality of any major city on the planet 2 days ago. And a CN Rail freight train was surrounded by a wall of flames near Armstrong, Ontario. This is a very serious situation across northwestern Ontario. Year to date, Ontario has recorded 503 wildland fires inside the provincial fire region. Compare that to 357 for the same period in 2025 and a 10-year average of 326. We are significantly above average, and we are sitting right in the middle of fire season. Across all of Canada, more than 800 fires have burned through 1.9 million hectares of forest, according to NASA Earth Observatory data as of July 14th. As of the evening update on July 16th, there are 129 active wildland fires in the Northwest region alone. 62 of those are not under control. 5 are being held, 4 are under control, 58 are being observed, and then there is Thunder Bay 36, THU 036, the one that defines this fire season. This fire started on July 12th in a remote area of Wabakimi Provincial Park, approximately 14 kilometers northeast of Wabakimi Lake, west of the Berg River. At that point, it was 100 hectares, not under control, but a single fire in a remote location. Then, over the following 4 days, it began merging with surrounding fires. Thunder Bay 36 absorbed Dryden 13 and several other Thunder Bay designated fires. By July 16th, the Ontario Forest Fires account confirmed that these 4 merged fires now measure 350,922 hectares. That is nearly twice the total land area of the City of Toronto, and it is still not under control. Crews are focused on establishing a fire perimeter. Operational planning is ongoing, but when you have a fire this size and terrain, this remote containment is an enormous challenge. Let's talk about the other major fires that are also burning right now. Fort Frances 144014 is currently sitting at 55,106 hectares, also not under control. Here is why that one matters for road users in particular. According to the Ministry of Natural Resources, the northern perimeter of Fort Frances 14 is estimated to be approximately 5 kilometers southwest of the Trans-Canada Highway at its closest point. The southern perimeter extends as far south as Fork Lake, roughly.
Yeah, so fires are burning all over Ontario. They were in July. It was quite apocalyptic. I can't imagine driving on the highway and this is happening around you. This is just hell. Luckily, I live in a concrete jungle, so there's no threat of forest fire here. There's other threats, but not forest fires, so that's not a good thing, by the way. I'd much more prefer to be living somewhere than living there than where I am here, living in nature. But, you know, it is what it is. There's pros and cons, yet this is just an apocalypse. And like I said, there's 2 possibilities. Either the possibility of some kind of conspiracy going on and people are lighting these fires because of some conspirator reasons, or that the climate is changing. It's becoming much hotter, which obviously that we've observed that. And lightning strikes the ground, things smolder, and they catch on fire, and this is the result. So let's fast forward. Let's see what else we can see here.
Alternate transportation routes. Closing one major highway here can mean detours of hundreds of kilometers or temporarily cutting off a community entirely. Now, the rail incident that received a lot of attention this week. On the evening of July 13th, a CN Rail freight train stopped on a siding near Armstrong, Ontario, waiting for an oncoming train to pass, which is standard procedure. While that train was stationary, the wildfire moved in on both sides of the track. Video from inside the locomotive cab, shared by Ontario MPP Sol Mamakwa on X, shows flames engulfing the tree line on both sides of the tracks. CN Rail confirmed the crew was safely evacuated. At least 1 crew member was treated for smoke inhalation, according to the Teamsters Union. CN Rail has since suspended freight operations.
Wow, so can you imagine being there? Let's see what else is here.
Warnings are currently in effect across a wide area, including Wabakimi. Are working in northwestern Ontario, supported by nearly 50 aircraft, including water bombers and helicopters.
And it was so bad, even Americans were complaining. The smoke was going to America as well. There were some fires in the United States too. This is quite bad. This
Federal
is just a few
government
weeks
has also deployed 3 firefighting helicopters to the region. 5 new fires were discovered in the Northwest region on July 16th, the Nipigon 63 through 66 series and Kenora.
Okay, let's check the British Columbia forest fires now. that's happening right
37
now.
days straight, and it is still out of control. 127 active wildfires, 49 of them, 39% completely out of control. 7 new fires started in the last 24 hours alone. This is July 31st, 2026, and this is your BC wildfire update. Now, before the fire breakdown, one number that should concern every single person watching: nearly half of all wildfires this season were caused by people, 48%. Human activity, campfires, ATVs, cigarettes, all open burning is banned across most of southern BC right now. With the BC Day long weekend starting today, that message has never mattered more. Do not light a fire this weekend. All right, now let's move into the fire zones. We're going to go region by region. Let's start up in the Caribou Fire Center, which is seeing some of the most intense activity. The Pear Lake Fire, that is fire code C. This fire is located east of Pear Lake, burning between...
So we understand what's happening here. There are billions and billions and trillions of life just being erased from the planet. What that's doing to the environment, what that's doing to the air quality, what that's doing to our own life, having so much life be gone, what that's doing to the oxygen or the lack thereof, all these trees being burnt and them not being able to be replenished or not produce any more oxygen. That is not good. So that's America, that's Canada. So a lot of forest fires were happening here in Canada. Thank you for the sparkles. And now let's take a look at Europe. So let's see if there's anything else that I've missed here. There's a lot of forest fires, 100 forest fires. Most of them are caused by, or half of them are caused by humans, which is absolutely unexcusable. And half are caused by lightnings. Now to the big ones. This is happening in Europe.
Tonight, the battle to stamp out the raging wildfires in France is hanging in the balance. After 3 days of intense firefighting, crews here say they've stopped the flames spreading deeper into the iconic Bordeaux wine region. But the threat isn't over. We followed...
They have to save the wine. That's the most important thing.
One of those teams deep into the fire zone.
As you drive along here, it is just mile after mile of devastation. You can see this house completely burnt out, charred trees as far as the eye can see.
Along this country road, the situation at first appears under control. But in
Okay, this NBC News is very
important
bad.
at this point.
And the drought as well. I think it's important, Max, that we step back, kind of say, how did we get to this point? Well, remember, we had an...
Look at that image. That is a lot of destruction. And parts of that are in Ukraine as well, I can see. That is not good. Parts of that is in occupied Crimea and the occupied territories. Some parts of that is in Russia. But the majority is in the Eastern Europe.
An unusually wet winter. So the months of January and February, we had a lot of water, a lot of rain fall from the sky, and then the taps got turned off. And then we had multiple successive heat waves impact the Iberian Peninsula and western portions of Europe. So this is the drought monitor from Copernicus. And you can see France littered with that dark shade of red near the Bordeaux region. That is the highest level of drought conditions that they monitor. Of course, we have our ongoing wildfires that we are monitoring. There are several hotspots, dozens of hotspots across this area, but we're focusing in on just west of Bordeaux and west of Madrid. This is fascinating. The French authorities here talking about pyrocumulus clouds, their own weather patterns created by the intense heat from these wildfires. And it's visible on this satellite imagery. We picked this because it really tells an important story. This is Bordeaux. This is one of the wildfires. And you can see kind of those overshooting tops. So you're a satellite looking down towards the ground. And this is kind of giving you an example of just how high these billowing plumes of smoke are. We call these pyrocumulus clouds. It is true. Sometimes when intense forest fires get so hot, they actually force the air upwards. The air particles cool, condense, create clouds, and often those can create lightning strikes that spark additional wildfires. But on top of that, it can complicate the firefighting efforts on the ground as well, because once rain falls from this thunderstorm, in essence, cloud, well, it's going to create a lot of...
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much seen enough here. Let's see what else
left over from the...
See?
Techniques.
They have to say. Let's see. So our subscriber, or our fellow supporter, wants to talk to us. Let's see what they have to say here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Hello, how can I help you? Hold on, I can't hear you. Maybe I turned some setting off. Output device.
Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
there we go. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, are you on live?
Yes.
Okay, so talking about the wildfires, do you think it's like a judgment that
D
God is bringing upon?
it could be, but I don't know. Most
Okay,
likely, yeah, it's our own actions.
okay, like it talks about like during the seven trumpets, it talks about in Revelation that God will destroy a third of the seas and a third of land to teach humans, uh, I guess like a lesson because of
Mm-hmm.
destroying the ocean and destroying the trees and all that. And so, yeah, it's not happening right now, obviously, but like in the future, it's gonna be a lot worse. Or else humans will observe that God is judging them because of how much consumption and how much exploitation they've done towards his animals and all of that, and talks about also like a lot of animals dying. But yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if things are gonna change or be worse in the future. Maybe the Bible says that, but I can see what's happening now, and
yeah,
we
and
don't
it's
have to.
heartbreaking.
Yes, or we don't have to
It's
wait for one third of the ocean to be destroyed. We are destroying that
destroyed.
ourselves. And
Yes, but it's our judgment because we're destroying it. Like in the present day, we're destroying our ocean, and God is going to judge us for destroying our ocean and destroying our trees and destroying our animals. But He's gonna judge us tenfold more in the future, and it'll be yeah, it'll be heartbreaking in general, or it'll be a
but
lot for human.
Helena, we don't know that. We don't know that for sure. So we don't know if God's
But
going to judge us or
why?
not.
Sorry, why don't you think you know that?
Well, I
Because the Bible
don't.
says.
No, I don't know that, and I don't not know that. It's uncertain. So maybe that's something the Bible says, but
But do you think
um,
it makes sense?
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
makes
was
sense.
written like 2000 years ago.
Yes, but let us not get punished. Let us reverse course. Let us do the right thing. Uh, in my
But
opinion, I think that religious
yeah.
people have this kind of, and not just religious people, a lot of people have this kind of desire for things to get destroyed and people to suffer so that we can have a clean slate. That is
Mm.
not reasonable. I think we should take the right steps today for us to avoid as much pain and misery as we can in the future and not wait for God's punishment or whoever's punishment.
It'll only take, or I'm trying to say, it will only take God's punishment because you're talking about 8 billion people who have to change their lives. And it will only take the Creator to punish them for them to realize what they did wrong. And even when Jesus does, before he does comes, the Antichrist will come and he will judge people. He
But
will
how do you
force
know that?
people to take,
How do you know
because
that?
it says in the Bible.
So everything says in the Bible, you just know to be true?
Exactly. In Revelation, a lot of Christians don't like reading Revelations because it's scary and like they don't really understand what's going on.
Okay,
Like
so
ever since,
did Jesus ever talk about the Bible?
no, he was written in the Bible. He
Okay.
was written, yeah, he
But
was
and who
written
wrote the
about in the
Bible?
Bible his life.
Who wrote the Bible?
A lot, there's many authors in the Bible,
So
many
many.
authors. Like every
Men, human
book,
beings.
it's a different author. Yeah.
Okay, so human beings wrote the Bible. We don't know if they're saying is true. We don't know what they're saying is not true. We can take it into consideration. But just believing something that is said in a 2,000-year-old book is not really wise to me. So
Why
again,
isn't it?
because you don't know, and I don't know, and nobody knows. So it
But
may
because
happen,
it's
it may not
2000
happen.
years ago, okay, I understand that, but a lot of people believe in science that was written like 20, 50 years ago. But why can't somebody believe in the Bible that was written by humans 2,000 years ago about what they saw and what they recorded? Why is that bad?
Well, you can believe anything. You can believe in the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, or you can believe in the Bible. But essentially, there is no way for you to know for certain that that's going to happen. It's just a belief.
Have we ever found the grave of Jesus?
I don't know, have we?
We've never found his body ever. In the Bible, it talks about him resurrecting from the dead. Have we ever found the Dead Scrolls, the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Yes.
The Dead Sea Scrolls, exactly. And they talk about the same thing that was written in the modern Bible today.
Okay.
And
So
so,
I don't want to take this conversation into what has been written or what's going to happen. Today, we can take the necessary actions today to stop eating fish, stop eating animals, stop polluting our environment, stop buying
it's
plastic,
not,
stop wearing
I
plastic,
understand.
and
But
being
it's
more conscious and responsible with our lives.
but it's not about eating animals. Like that's not our biggest concern in this world at the moment.
So then what is the biggest
There's
concern?
humanity. Humanity is our biggest concern right now. Like, yes, you can be eating fish or eating pigs or pork, whatever. But at this moment, humanity is killing itself more than, and it shouldn't be like that because humanity is more important. And
Um,
so, like,
yep.
okay, yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Um, I understand like talking or like looking at your reels or like looking at your I understand where you're coming from. Like I feel like pre-Eden, like before Adam fell, humans were vegan and they didn't eat animals. And that was the same thing for animals as well. They didn't like kill for them like carnivores and all that, didn't kill for them to be satisfied. But after Adam fell, the whole world fell with him and then became a regular thing. And so like I understand where you're coming from. Like I honestly like I see the humanity where you're coming from, but because it's been so long since humans have respected that notion of you like of being vegan, it is very hard for them to get to
So
that point.
okay, well, it's not hard for me. I made the responsible choice, and it's not hard for you. I know and I hear in your voice that you're not ready to give this up. It's an attachment that you have, and I understand that. But I
Okay.
recommend you do your own research. And thank you very much for calling. I'm going to continue with the live stream, so thank you. I look forward to your
Okay, no
calls in the
worries.
future.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Excellent. If you want to call in, you can do so on Discord. We'll be happy to have your calls. So let's see how many animal lives we are ending, how many fish life we're
The
taking away.
ocean's bounty once seemed endless. All that sea life, relentlessly reproducing, creating beauty and amazement.
Okay, let's get to the point.
Fewer tons of fish.
So, if you have an increase,
This is a terrible video.
The ocean
It's probably a
The
terrible
oceans
video as
feed
well.
a huge amount of people. Humans have been fishing for thousands of years because it has been a consistent and reliable source of food for basically everyone. Today, as human population
They're the only ones fighting fire with fire.
Okay, let's go to this one.
This episode of D News is brought to you by Domain.com. You know what is
Seeker.
so yummy? Sushi. But I hear the delicious bluefin tuna is almost extinct, but who cares? There's plenty of fish in the sea, right? Well, maybe not.
We say that other animals are delicious.
Hey guys, Julia here for D News. Oceans are big. I mean, according to NOAA, oceans cover 71% of the Earth and 99% of its living space. So there's a lot of room in there. I mean, how can us humans even make a dent in sea life? Yet, over the past few decades, fishing returns have been shrinking year after year. It seems we're overfishing our seas. Overfishing is when more fish are caught than can be replaced by natural reproduction in a year. For most of human history, fishing fleets were made up of small local boats, but in the mid-1900s, new technology changed the game. New nets and radar technology allowed for fishing of deeper waters and getting more fish at once. Suddenly, fishing became a big commercial enterprise, and for a while, things were going just swell. Yet, in the mid-1900s,
Okay, so here maybe is a video.
Did you know why these heavy stones are dropped into the...
Not this one. There's one video showing how the fishing is done.
From the surface, you would have no idea that this is happening. It has remained hidden for...
At Matunuts a day 6,870 donated to Canadian dollars. Nigeria.
Thank you very much for your sponsorship. Let's continue.
View until now. A modern industrial bottom trawler scours the ocean floor with a chain or metal beam, forcing anything it disturbs into the net behind.
Oh, who here wants to eat some fish? After seeing this video, do you consciously and honestly can tell me that eating fish is a responsible thing to do? Okay, talking about responsibility, being a responsible human being on this earth, you have the duty to take care of this planet, to leave it better off when you came, than when you came. So is eating fish a responsible thing to do? Okay, maybe you can answer that in the chat if you become a member with a text to speech or a super chat. And I'll just give you the answer, okay? Well, I'll wait for you to respond. So this is how fishing is done. Now, I don't even want to go into the animals, but I will. Okay? How many animals are slaughtered every year? How many animals are slaughtered every single year? All right.
Every year in different Muslim countries. So let's...
Yeah, Muslim countries. Okay. Indonesia. This is a terrible quality video. Right. Chickens are the most abused. We're going to skip to today's day. 2015. So 60 million chickens have their lives ended because of you. And people like you and me, we want to eat animals. So second off is pig. That's 600 million. And pigs are, or 60,000, I'm not sure. Oh, this is in the 90s still. We're in the 90s. Let's go to present day. So 4 million ducks. Anyways, there's a big number. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but it's in the billions. I think this is the one. All right, turtles. Let's go fast forward. Let's see what the most abused animals in the world are. Guinea pigs. They eat guinea pigs. Pigs, 1.5 billion a year. This is how many pigs have their lives ended. Octopus, 2 billion. Of course, sea life. Barracuda. Wow, I never knew that barracudas are being eaten like that. Oysters, of course. Oysters are vegan, in my opinion. Goose, 2.1 billion. Clams, 2.5 billion. Clams again. Whatever. We're not going to talk about that now. Ducks, 3 billion. Shrimp, 3 billion. This is sea life. Shrimp, 3.5 billion. Catfish, 4 billion. Wow. Let's see what else. Cod, 7 billion. Sardines, 14 billion sardines. And the number one abused animal in the world is, of course, chicken. Who wants some chicken tendies? Who wants some chicken sticks, chicken drumsticks, chicken burgers, chicken wings, chicken fries, chicken this, chicken that. It's chicken flavored. I get some barbecue sauce, some barbecue chips with chicken flavored barbecue chips. So this is the most abused animal in the world. Why? It's docile, it's easy to control, it can't fly. Yeah, it's easy to exploit. And so it is approximately 1 trillion sea life that's being killed every single year, and 100 billion land animals that are killed every single year. Because we like the way that they taste. So, yeah, not really responsible not responsible at all. That's the first video that I wanted to watch. Second video that I wanted to watch is by the invasion that's happening in Spain. Spain invasion. Let's take a look at this, okay? First of all, I want to see if there's anybody here on Discord that wants to talk, that wants to call in. You can call in if you'd like. Austin wanted to add me as a friend. Let's see if Austin has anything to say. Hey, can you invite me to come to the live stream? I'd love to do it. Okay, sure. So we have a caller. We'd love to see what he has to say here. Okay, he's not picking up, so we are going to give him a few moments or minutes to figure things out. Okay, so now let's watch the invasion that's happening in Europe. Okay, so we are having a call back, it looks like. Give me 2 seconds, okay. Wow, the police are literally trying to stop them. No, they're telling them to go. What is that? Did you see that? The police are saying, yeah, go this way. What is this? Something is happening. So, this is happening. Let's listen to some news correspondent.
It started with hundreds, then many, many more. The Spanish government estimates roughly 60,000 people arrived from Morocco in little more than a day. Many swam. This man says he spent 2 hours in the ocean. Another brought his 5 daughters. Just before an attempt, this woman says she doesn't make enough as a waitress to support her parents and daughter. They're traveling from Morocco into a Spanish enclave in Africa called Ceuta. Many thousands of people have tried in the past, risking their lives to seek a better life. More than 30 people died in their attempt this time.
The rumor that seems to have...
Okay, we have a caller. Excuse me. Hello.
Yeah, what's up, Shiva?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Give me 2 seconds. I'm doing pretty good now. Just cooking some chicken. I know you don't like chicken, but that's what I'm doing. I need something to eat.
Yeah, it's not like you can eat anything else.
I mean, some fries with it. Hold on, let me go.
Okay,
Let me go back to my
How
room.
can I help you?
So Shiva,
Yes.
I have a question for you. Why do you berate people? This is a serious question. Why do you berate people for eating meat?
Okay, since it's a serious question, we're going to give you a serious answer.
Of course.
I don't know if you're watching my live stream right now, but we can just quickly go through a chicken slaughterhouse. That's what we're watching right now.
Oh yeah, I understand
And
that.
wait, what is that? What do you mean?
What you're about to say, the mass animal farms, that is horrible. I don't condone that at all.
So what do you condone?
Eating meat, just for your body and for your mind. I think humans literally evolved from eating meat.
So if you say you condone eating meat, but you're not for factory farms and they're killing, I don't understand how that makes sense. Does meat grow on the trees?
I mean, I don't condone it, but I can't stop it. There's nothing I can do about it, man.
Yeah, you can
Besides
do
not
something about
buying
it.
from it, not
That's right.
supporting it.
Yes. So you
But
cannot
I can't
support it.
stop the millions of other people from stopping it. Even if I speak against it, they're not going to stop it.
Yeah, but are you a
They're gonna do
person?
it. Yeah,
So why
I'm a
aren't you
person.
stopping it?
Like I said, I need it for my own body. I mean, I guess that can be technically greedy, but
So
I just
is it
need it
a
to grow.
need? Is it a need or is it a want?
It's a need, man.
It's a need.
You
So I
need meat
haven't.
for your body, bro.
So let's look at a man like Simnit Nutrition. He's been vegan for 15 years. 15, 1 5, not 5. And this is how he looks like. So he is a vegan bodybuilder. He has no problem with eating plants and being athletic, probably more
Yeah, but
athletic than you and me combined. So is it
yeah,
a
that's
need
true. But
again?
he has the resources and the money to buy all that stuff and the products and stuff. Most people, most families, they need to buy from the big corporations because it's just cheap and easy. That dude probably takes a bunch of supplements. He doesn't only eat the vegetarian diet or whatever. He probably takes a lot of extra stuff too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So we're watching this video right now on the live stream, and this guy is in Costco, and he's looking at a 1.8 kilograms of tofu, which costs $8, 8 Canadian dollars. That's maybe $5 American. So can you tell me a family that can afford a $20 steak but can't afford $5 worth of protein, tofu, which has basically the same amount of protein as a cow's dead body part? Does that seem expensive to you? $5.
No, it doesn't seem very expensive to me.
Yeah, so you can go to Walmart as well, like I did, and in Walmart you can buy literally all kinds of beans from all kinds of varieties, mung beans, lentils, legumes, chickpeas. You can cook it yourself.
You can
And
also
it
buy
costs
Tyson chicken.
approximately, yeah, it costs a lot. It costs about
It's very
$4
cheap.
per 2 kilograms. So if you call that a lot, then you really need to, I don't know, go on welfare or something, because everybody can afford it. That's the number one misconception, that vegan diet is an expensive diet, which is not true. It's actually
I
the
guess you're
cheapest
kind of
diet in the
right.
world.
Just to a lot of people, and to me as well, it seems like a more expensive diet because most of those products are high tier.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. What do you eat in a day, Shiva?
So that's a good question, and I'll make a video about that. Today I ate drank some creatine, I ate 2 bananas, and I'm gonna have some lentils in the evening. Not really much today, but I'm not really hungry today. But I'll make more videos of what I eat, and I did in the past. But I want to confront this misconception, because I think that you think vegan food means vegan burgers and vegan chicken and going to vegan
Nah,
restaurants. That's
nah, I
expensive.
don't think that at all, man.
Okay,
No,
so
that
a
is
vegan diet
expensive.
is the cheapest diet in the world, actually. If you can't afford to eat a lot of food, you naturally eat a plant-based diet because meat is expensive and plants are not.
But also, I think eating meat is good for your brain too, and especially your body. It gives you the protein and nutrition, the nutrition that you actually need. It gives you the protons for your brain, dude. That's how humans evolved, from eating meat, cooking it, and eating it.
Okay, but as we've seen, there are vegan bodybuilders and people that have been a vegan for their entire lives, and they're functioning just as well, if not better, than people that eat a corpse diet. So that is not
I
true
can
either.
see you could be right about that, yeah.
Okay. So I would just change your wording slightly, and to say that it's not a need, it's a want. You want to eat chicken. So we have to
I
come to
do.
the
It
truth.
tastes pretty good. I mean, it's already dead. There's nothing I can do to bring it back alive.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not against tasting food. I'm not against good tasty food, but I am against animals having their lives lost over my taste pleasures and my taste preferences. That is what I'm
Okay.
against.
What do you think about a family that's living on a farm and is away from society and they kill animals to feed their own family? Is that bad?
Well, that is none of us, and I can't really comment on that. But killing animals in general is bad if you can do something better. So I would really have to pay attention to the lifestyle. And if they absolutely can't eat anything else, then okay, if you're surviving and you can't help but to kill animals to stay alive, I would think that's acceptable. But that's not anybody listening. So that is not something that we're concerned
That's
about.
not. Yeah, that's not a reality for most people. Most people have a, or not most, sadly, but a lot of people who are anybody who's watching this would,
friends. Today we'll
don't really have to explain it.
Yes. So, do you think that you eating chicken is only because you've been accustomed to it, your family showed you how to do it, you're used to it, and you really don't know what to eat? You know, if you said no more chicken, then what are you gonna eat?
I eat it because I think it's good for me. That's the only reason I really eat it. It tastes good. It's good for my body, and it's good for my brain.
Is it good for the chicken?
The chicken's already dead. It doesn't have any feelings.
So why is it dead? Is it dead
The
because people
fucking
pay?
shitty ass corporation created a big ass mass farm to murder chickens and give it to people. It's pretty sucky, I know.
Do you think you're any all responsible, or is the entire blame only on the corporations? Who's funding the
The
corporations
entire
also?
blame is completely on the corporation. They don't need to do it. That's their own greed. But I mean, people need to feed their families and feed their bodies. They just do it in the best way they think is possible.
So how do these corporations get money?
From the fucking people. They have to buy it, but they don't have to do this. They don't have to. I mean,
So give an alternative, like in an ideal world, what would they have to do? Of course, they don't have to do this, but what should they do?
I have no idea, man. I don't know. An ideal world is not a real one. There's just reality, just the earth.
Okay, so I know it's not the truth, but it sounds like you think that meat and killing is not the same thing. All the bad stuff and the killing that they do is like terrible, but meat is good. And you don't support killing, but you support meat. But how can you support meat if you don't support killing? That doesn't, it's like you have to kill to get
It's
meat.
self-contradictory, but like I don't support the farms, but I support eating meat. I don't.
Okay, so you don't support
I
farms.
also see that you're never gonna be able to avert people from eating meat. They're just gonna do what they want to do. But you can spread your opinion. I feel like you should spread it in a different kind of way.
Not
which
in a way
there's
that
not
makes
really
you
any.
feel bad or guilty about your wrong actions.
I mean, a lot of people don't see it as wrong actions. That's just your opinion on them.
Okay.
And you forcing that opinion on them does not make them feel any better about you. That probably reinforces the fact that they want to go eat some meat.
Right, so you can't see what I'm watching right now, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to live stream what I'm watching.
I can join your live stream real quick, but my phone's turned off, so I was just talking to you.
Yeah, there may be a delay, so it might not be. Let's see, entire screen. Okay, so I am now live streaming what I'm doing on Discord. So, do you think that we are forcing our opinions on the chickens and these living beings right here?
We're forcing them to suffer. Yeah, no, you're right. We're forcing our opinions on them.
Okay, so
it's very nuanced, dude. It sucks.
Yes. So it sounds like you kind of agree that this is the way that's being done here is like grotesque, and maybe we shouldn't be doing it like this. It's quite painful and exploitative and this and that. So let's go ahead and stroll through the internet and go to, let's say, a homestead chicken slaughter. That's more reasonable, as the chickens are there, and it's like they're happy and they're birds, and let's see how they process the chickens. Oh, there we go. So the chicken is held upside down.
When they want to kill it or when they want to eat it, they just kill it and eat it. So they don't put it through a bunch of whole bullshit.
Yeah, but this is, you can consider this being a whole bullshit. It is, the chicken is, oh my God, I can't even show you this for YouTube.
Oh.
But the chicken is put, are you watching or are you not watching? Are you watching the Discord?
I am watching it. I don't,
okay.
But did he put it in a bag?
No, this is a metal little thing where the head is the only thing that's exposed and the chicken can't move its body and it's upside down. Then he takes a knife and he finishes it off. So
it's not great.
Yes,
but it's to eat food. You gotta be brutal if you want to eat some food.
Well,
but at the same time, like, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
At the same time, yeah, you're right. We don't have to be like that. But that's just reality, man. People are brutal.
Yeah, it is reality.
People kill other people for less.
Is it brutal for me to go to the backyard and pick cucumbers from my garden or pick apples from my
No,
tree?
no, it's peaceful.
Yes. So one diet is brutal and the other diet is peaceful. Now, maybe we can both agree that this way of
That's true.
killing animals is like bad and hurtful. So maybe there isn't the best way to kill an animal that is like everybody can agree on. It's peaceful as well. So
There's
what is
no
the
good
best
way to
way to
kill
slaughter?
anything, man. It just sucks.
Yes.
But at the same time, I feel like you're causing yourself suffering worrying about it so much. Like you can't really control that. But you can speak against it. I'm not saying you can't speak against it. It's just a lot of people in your live stream don't agree with what you're saying because it's not a very agreeable statement. It's like you're forcing it on them.
Well, it may be agreeable or not agreeable, but it's the right thing to do and the right thing to say. So just because
That's true.
slavery was
I guess it is the
unpopular,
right thing to do.
you got to speak against it.
That's agreeable. I saw the forest fires, dude, and I was gonna leave a comment on your video, but it's members only. I had a fucking dream last night that everyone was suffering and there was like it was like an apocalypse. There was fire everywhere, where everyone was being burnt and was being infected or was having infections from the burn wounds. And I just thought it was weird. I woke up from that horrible dream, went upon my day, and then I saw that on your live stream, and it just I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It
Synchronicity.
just made me think of that dream. It is pretty crazy.
Yeah. So
Are people?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Are people? Is there anyone hurt in there, or is it just any people, or is it just nature?
Oh, I'm sure people have been hurt. It's like hundreds of fires. I don't know how many deaths. Maybe we can Google that. But how many? So the 26 is not a single global death because fires are spread across many countries based on the latest reports. In Spain, 13 deaths. In France, 2 firefighters died. Greece, 2 firefighters. Italy, 1 firefighter. Canada, despite hundreds of active firefighters, large evaluations have shown few publicly reported death fatalities. So at least no one is dying. That's good. Or at least, not no one,
Very,
but
very true.
yeah. So about 18 total fire people have died, civilians and firefighters, with all the forest fires happening around the world. So, well, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. Thanks for talking to me.
Yep, appreciate it. Take care.
Take care, man.
Okay. What a nice guy. Appreciate him calling in. And if you want to call in, you're welcome to do so. And we are going to investigate some things. So the next thing we want to talk about is, yeah, actually to comment on that, whenever people are eating meat and eating animals, etc., they have their opinions. And they have opinions up until the point that they see the slaughterhouse videos. When they see the slaughterhouse videos, they instantly understand, oh, okay, I get it. I get the consequences of these actions here. So, yeah, there's a video here of, it says, the day we butchered 100 chickens, and they're teaching their children how to do this as well. So, is this something that's conscious for us to do? Is this something that's responsible as human beings? We have a lot of power as human beings. We are capable to do so many things. We're definitely the top species on this world, at least that we know of. And being the top species, the strongest species, is it okay for us to exploit and use species that are weaker than us for our own pleasure and benefit? Now, if this was 1,000 years ago and you either do this or your children starve, I would be the first one to say, let's go and cut these chickens' heads off. But I'm not talking about 1,000 years from now. I'm talking about right now. Okay? Is it responsible for this guy to do this? Do you think he's doing this out of necessity or just because it's like his fancy whims and he just likes it and he enjoys doing this? I want you to answer that question yourself. So we're going to stop watching this because this is quite painful to watch. I'm going to turn this off. And we're going to go to the invasion that's happening in Spain. The Spain invasions.
Spain's North African enclave of Ceuta is facing its largest migration crisis since 2021. Spanish authorities estimate that up to 49,000 migrants entered the city from Morocco within the past 24 hours, including around 7,000 minors. Violent clashes erupted along the Moroccan border as large groups of migrants forced their way through security barriers. Spanish and Moroccan security forces responded with tear gas and water cannons in an effort to contain the breach.
Water cannons.
The unprecedented influx has overwhelmed parts of Ceuta that has a population of 83,000, with migrants spreading across the city. Local reports describe widespread disorder, including looting of shops and unrest in the streets, as authorities struggle to regain control.
Yep.
Videos circulating on social media appear to show large crowds of migrants from Morocco crossing into Ceuta. Additional footage shows clashes between migrants and security forces, as officers use water cannons to disperse the crowds while some migrants throw objects at police during the confrontation.
So if you're wondering where this is and how this is happening, I'm going to show you exactly where it is, so we can all become aware of that. Let's see. So this is the map of Spain. You can see Spain right here. And Spain is almost bordering Africa. This is the continent of Africa. And this is Spain right here. And there's a huge ocean that is dividing this continent. Thankfully, unthankfully, I don't know, whatever reason. But there is. And for whatever reason, Spain owns this property, this tiny little sliver of Ceuta. So this is where the invasion is happening. So people from Morocco, the country in Africa here, the northmost country of Africa, it looks like. Yeah, it's a huge, huge country. They are deliberately crossing the border, swimming sometimes. I think they were swimming into the ocean and going into the into this place. So that's what's happening. Let's go back to the video.
Spain is preparing a large-scale security operation, deploying additional military personnel and equipment to reinforce the border and halt further illegal crossings. The crisis has also triggered political shockwaves across Europe. Italy is considering reintroducing border controls with Spain by suspending Schengen free movement between the two countries, while Finnish officials have voiced support for Rome's tougher stance on the Ceuta migration emergency.
My God. So the second point is that this is probably a concentrated effort. I mean, it most certainly is. So people decided to gather around, make a plan, and then on this specific day, we are going to all go into the country, which is which is crazy. That's what's happening. So I want you to imagine if people from the third world country or a developing country with the minds that they have and the values they have, they go and invade a first world country. And 60,000 people, like what's happening here, they go into the first world country. What happens? Well, a lot of crimes happen, a lot of unrest happens, a lot of insecurity happens, a lot of violence, I'm sure, happens. And the first world country starts to become like the country that the people are run by. So if that's generally the case. And there's some ideas of the world becoming one world government or one world rulership, and they're having no borders, and they want to dissolve the borders and allow anyone to travel anywhere. Like Sadhguru said, that would be a wonderful experience if there were no borders. If it was just, you want to go from here to there, there's no fence stopping you. But is that realistic right now? The answer is no. If you allowed people from less fortunate countries to visit America, for example, it
with
would
fear
be
at what
chaos.
is about to happen. Because mark my words, now these people have managed to break into Spanish territory, and now Spain controls the borders of Gibraltar. Oh yeah, that little deal was signed just over a week ago. Guess where they might come?
So
anyway,
yeah, that's basically the end of this live stream for today. We are going to go ahead and close this off. So we appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't become a member yet, consider becoming a member. And stay tuned for future live streams like this where I talk about the news and daily events that are happening around the world. If you do have any questions, you can comment down below if you are a member. And we will close it off very soon. If you have something to say on Discord, if you want to talk to me on Discord, we can also go ahead and do that. So we'll give you a few moments to make that happen right now. All right, we're going to open up the chat, actually. We are going to open up the chat for everybody. And we are going to allow you to send your messages. Okay, now anyone can comment now. So if you're here and if you're watching, let me know what you think.
Has cruel words to say. He said, consciousness, I also want to settle my debt to Adi Yogi, I don't want to die in debt. This is the only way forward. Responsive systems to a more conscious and responsible existence. This is the only way forward. This is the only way forward. From religion to responsibility, this needs to happen. It needs to happen in this generation because the way individual human beings are getting empowered, nations are getting empowered, overall humanity getting empowered, we can become like cancerous cells for this world. We already are in many ways if we don't get it. A cancerous cell, our own cell turns against us. Right now, the life on this planet has turned against the planet. Not the other lives, only us as human beings. Not because we don't know what to do, because we are not conscious enough, responsible enough. We are eating up our own source of our very existence, we are eating it up in such a way that future generations will have a hard time to exist. So this change needs to happen in the next 15 to 25 years. Otherwise, it will happen with great suffering. It will happen, I'm sure about that. It's just that if you want it to happen without enormous suffering for humanity and for all other life, it's time to do it. See, everybody's talking, today you see in Europe, America, it's happening, it'll come everywhere. We're talking about something as simple as forest fire. Oh, forest is burning, go and put it off, do this, do that, make airplanes like water tanks and drop it, do this, do that. We are thinking, oh, our homes may get burnt. But what you need to understand is, we are wiping out trillions of lives, just like that, without whom we cannot exist. We're just burning them up. If 1,000 hectares of forest got burnt, maybe trillions and trillions of organisms are dead, who are the basis of our life. We are not the basis of their life, they are the basis of our life. But unfortunately, this is happening, it's just not the forest fire. We say war, we say development, whatever we say, Everything that we are talking about and doing is largely a disastrous process. This can only be corrected if human beings become more conscious and more responsible existence on this planet. This is the only way forward. We need to make this happen. Let's make it happen. And every one of you, wherever you are, in whichever way you can, in every possible way you can, strive to make this happen. We will be organizing various processes towards this.
Let's make it happen. Okay.
It was written that the Jin dynasty emperor ordered the Mongol ruler Hampagai Khan.
The last thing that I'd like to share with you here is something about something. Something about something. So let me go ahead and first check it out on ChatGPT. How did Moggallana die? If you don't know who Moggallana is, he was the chief disciple of the Buddha. And let's go ahead and check how he died. So being the chief disciple of the Buddha, he had extraordinary powers. And we are going to read how he died. So Moggallana, often shorted to whatever, was one of the Buddha's two chief disciples. There was a chief disciple of wisdom and a chief disciple of psychic powers. Moggallana was a chief disciple of psychic powers. Renowned in the Buddhist tradition for his extraordinary meditative abilities and supernatural powers. Exactly. So, according to the traditional Theravada accounts, rival ascetics became jealous of his influence because many people were converting to Buddha's teachings. They hired a group of assassins to kill him. On several occasions, Moggallana escaped using his psychic powers. Eventually, however, he did not escape. The tradition explains this by saying that karmic result of a very grave deed committed in a distant past life had ripened. The assassins caught him, beat him brutally, and crushed his bones, leaving him for dead. Despite his injuries, he is said to have gathered his remaining strength, gone to the Buddha one last time, paid homage, respect, received permission to pass away, then entered parinibbana, or nirvana, final nirvana. This is the final touching point of this live stream, is that no matter who you are and how you are, even if you're the Buddha's chief disciple, which is Moggallana, and having extraordinary power and extraordinary karma to be able to be in that position as well, extraordinary good deeds he's done, still you can't escape your karmic consequences. And some thieves caught up to him, beat him to death, basically, and that's how he died. So that if that doesn't make you weary of living on this planet Earth and being afraid of the consequences of not becoming wise today, I don't know what will. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this live stream. I look forward to seeing you on another day.